What's up, everyone? What's up, Dylan? Um, if you guys are watching this, the goal of today's video is to just share with you the best ways to maximize this community. And what we can do as a group. What's cool about it right now, we're smaller, but as we continue to grow, and depending on when you're watching this in the future, the goal is that you're going to have access to real estate agents doing businesses multiple ways in different parts of the country, that you're going to have a collaboration of people around you, right? And our vision for this community is how do we network, right? How do we collaborate? How do we get referral opportunities? And then training and coaching, right? How do we increase our skills or the way that we do business and all of those things? So I look at this as like a combination. Like I look at Real Estate School 2.0, and the reason why we called it Real Estate School 2.0, because real estate school doesn't teach you shit, right? Real estate school 1.0 teaches you definitions and terminology and how to pass the test, right? What you need to get your license. Real Estate School 2.0 is us going through the shit together, right? And so we want to do a quick video, just kind of how to maximize, this community, and ways for you to navigate. And as it continues to grow, because it will continue to grow, this will change, right? And so we want your input, we want your feedback, we want to know what you guys want from this community. This is not the Dylan and John show. This is the community, right? We want feedback from all. So Dylan, you have anything before I kind of share screen and kind of just dive into school?
No, I think we should just dive into the platform, dive into the community.
All right, perfect. So okay, so here's, you guys are going to see this. There's a couple things that I'm going to go through at the top. Let's stop from the let's go from the top. Right at the top, you guys can, in the search bar, you guys can search anything. And so if you wanted to search intake form, right? If I can type, I can click that, and then it's going to pull up any post that we have as far as the intake form goes. So this is going to be a one-stop place for you to kind of, if you guys have any general questions. So the other day, I was in a different school, and you guys can click this drop down if you're in multiple. There's free, also, side note, like discover communities. This is, I'm taking down a rabbit hole of other things. But if you guys have interest in any other type of topics anywhere, and you can click, I want to learn more about money, right? It's going to take you to those communities on money. Obviously, some are free, some are paid. But let me go back. So this is going to search anything within our community, and then obviously, you click this drop down, you'll have other communities in there. So that's pretty self-explanatory. I kind of look at school kind of like a combination of Facebook, YouTube, kind of put together in one, around one centralized community, one centralized topic, right? Um, you'll have chats up here. So this is like DMs, and then notifications. So if you click on notifications, right, you're going to be able to see, and this is, and you can change these, but like I get notifications of all of the communities that I'm in. And so your notifications is going to be that bell. Obviously, top right hand corner is going to be your profile and things that you're doing there. Now, across the top, you have these tabs, right? Community, classroom, calendar, members, map, leaderboards, and about. Community is going to be more of like your Facebook style feed, right? This is like the Facebook component in my world. If you guys want to make a general post, you guys can just click here. You can title it. You can write whatever you want. You can attach files. You can put links. You can put videos. You can add a poll. So if you have a question, the emojis, giffies, and then when you post it, you're going to select what category do you want it to go in. So if you guys have questions and challenges, or just topics or things like that, like put that in the challenges and questions. If you have wins that you want to share, again, part of the community and what we're doing is about hyping each other up, right? Let's celebrate one another. And so you can put your post, and then you just hit post. And so that's kind of like your Facebook news feed, so to speak. Then you kind of have your wall, right? And obviously we have 3 pinned posts. Um, if you're new and you haven't done this yet, introduce yourself, share a picture, share something, a fun fact. Again, right now the group's smaller. We got 23 members, but my goal and Dylan's goal is to take this across the country. What does this look like if we have 2,000 members, 3,000 members, right? This is going to be a great spot for you just to get to know people as they come into the community. Then obviously you can see here, right? Dylan and I have been posting. Megan shared a win about hiring her VA. She put it under um, the wins tab up here. And so if you want to toggle, right, you can just toggle. Here's the wins, right? Here's the challenges. And Dylan and I can add more to this as the community grows. We don't want to overwhelm you and have 17 different things going on, right? But so this might change as we continue to go. As we do calls like this in the community, all you have to do is just click this link. And when it's live, all you got to do is click this link, and then you're going to come in. It's going to feel like a Zoom format, right? It's going to feel like you can have your mic muted, camera on, camera off, all of those things. Right-hand side, right, you're going to see how many members are online. Leaderboard is based off of interactions and things that you're doing in the community. So there's point systems. Now, we don't necessarily have anything set up on the back end yet, but this is where access to certain things could be restricted until you hit certain points. Our community is not set up like that as of today, but that may change at some point in the future. Again, a community is only good if we're actually interacting and working with one another, right? Being involved. And so I'm strongly encourage you, Dylan and I want to strongly encourage you, if you guys have any real estate related things, clients, tools, systems, wins, challenges, doesn't matter. Like, come here, come to school. We're here to help you. The community is here to help you.
Yeah, I want to emphasize real quick, John, something you brought up earlier is, we have agents at all stages of business running all different types of businesses. So this is a great forum to ask your questions. For example, John's team, they are as good as it comes with working with internet leads. So if you have any questions about internet leads, you literally have an expert. Like, they do it as good as anyone does, like not even locally, as good as anyone does in the country with internet leads. So you have access to that right here. My team, not very internet lead heavy. We are very database heavy on my team. We run a fantastic database plan. So you have access to me, everything that our team is doing. We're happy to help. You have access to other members too. I know Megan really well outside of this community. Megan, for years, has ran just an incredibly impressive production level as an agent with her sphere of influence in her community locally. You have access to her. She will answer your questions, just using her as an example since I know her. And as the community grows, whether it's, someone that has expertise in traditional prospecting, someone that has expertise in social media. So ask your questions, because this is the one place that you get access to agents from all walks of life and all different expertise and different topics that they're good at.
And that's it, right? As we continue, and feel free to invite people to this community. There's going to be experts, to Dylan's point, across all different ways of doing business, right? So this is not going to be just, Dylan and John helping you and answering questions. You're going to be able to get real-time feedback from other agents doing business the way that, you're having those pain points on. Great point. So across the top, next thing is Classroom. So Classroom is where we're going to be housing a lot of the training videos. We're going to do the trainings here on the platform. We're going to record those, and then we're going to bring those back and put them into, so we're going to have Solar Agent Mastery. We're going to have Team Leader Mastery. And as we continue to grow the community, we're going to have other courses. Think of these like modules, right? So for example, we've done a few virtual assistants. So if I click on virtual assistants, hey, here's a video on VA hiring in the intake process. Here's a virtual assistant contract if you want to have a contract with your VA. Here's a video on the tools and systems that you need to get up and running. Here's a morning meeting that I do with my VA, so you can kind of see how the feel and flow of how I handle managing multiple virtual assistants at one time. And then here is a Q&A call. Big Nick just happened to be on, the only one on that day, and so he had some questions about hiring his first VA. And so as we kind of do topic specific trainings and all of those things, they're going to be housed under the classroom for you guys to come back and watch at any time in the future. Next is calendar. So the calendar, you guys can connect these to. I think you can link these to your Google calendars. But come into school once a week and just see what we have coming up. For the next week, 2 weeks. Early on, right? Dylan and I are not necessarily having set calls. Our goal is to get to a rhythm where, this day, this time every week is going to be on this thing. But also, as we continue to grow, this is going to be a time in a place where we might do pop-ups. So like the Tuesday 9 a.m. jam session, that was me saying the night before, hey, I got 45 minutes. I'm free in the morning. Come and ask any questions, right? And so we're going to have pop-up type calls. I could see as the community grows, if people want to do script and role playing calls. I could see if people want to be held accountable from a prospecting standpoint. We could have prospecting hours in here. We're really going to morph the calendar to what you as community members want to see on a day-to-day basis, a week-to-week basis, month-to-month basis, whatever that looks like. So I would make it best practice, right, just to come into school, just kind of see what's coming up. And then as we put events into the calendar, we're going to be, you're going to get sent an email notification of those things as well. I don't believe you guys can see members. I can't remember from that standpoint. I know from the admin side we can. But map is cool because this is where, as we continue to grow, you're going to be able to come and see where other community members are at in the country. So if you're like, man, I need an agent in Florida, for a referral, you can come in here, right? And let's just say, I think Cindy's down here. So, Cindy is an agent here locally in Columbus, but also goes down to Florida for part of the year, right? Man, let me connect with her because I have a lead, a client that is looking to buy down there or to sell down there. And so this map feature, as we continue to grow, is going to be a great source for you guys for those referral opportunities and those referral businesses. So make sure, like when you're filling out your profile, you're putting your city in there of where you want to be. And then leaderboard. So this just kind of tells you the point system, right? And so if you are competitive people, this may help you. And again, we don't have it set up yet, but in order to unlock certain things in the future, right, we may be putting those behind. Hey, in order for you to get to, one-on-one coaching access, you need to be at a level 7, right? I'm not saying we're going to do that, but that's just an example. Hey, if you want to be invited to special select trainings on certain topics, right, that might be unlock at level 5. Those are kind of things that as we continue to build, or we may just say, hey, we don't like that idea, right? Like we want it to be free and open to everyone that's a member. But leaderboards is a way for us and for you to gamify, right? To gamify just kind of being in the community. And then obviously the about is just simply, about, the Real Estate School 2.0 and what we're going to be talking about. So I wanted to do this video just to kind of give you guys, how to really maximize what we're doing here.
Yeah, this has been awesome, John. I think this high-level overview of the community is great. And I would just reiterate, we want to know what topics you guys are looking to teach on. John and I have topics, whether it's something that we're actively teaching our teams, just taught our teams, something that's really that we're really passionate about and is important to us. But we also want to know what's important to you, whether that's a topic that we happen to know really well, or whether we need to seek outside education ourselves, or bring in someone of expertise in that area. We want to make sure that we're not only teaching you what we know that you need to be taught, but we're helping you learn whatever it is that you're hoping to learn in and around the real estate space.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, let us know. Get involved in the community. Make sure you go introduce yourself. Throw a win out there. Throw a challenge out there. And I'm excited to see where this goes, and we're excited to see you inside the community.
Love it. Thanks for your time, John.